Hi everyone, it's Erin from the Provincial Farmhouse. Today we're going to be creating a French country wall planter using a thrifted cabinet door. We're going to use the Trimmings 2 mould and Jovi air dry clay. You can find a full product list in the description of this video and all your crafting needs on our website, theprovincialfarmhouse.com.au. Let's get started. When I'm thrifting, I always pick up cabinet doors if they're in good shape, and this one definitely was. So first of all, I am removing the hinges using a drill, and then I'm going to clean the cabinet door using Belle's White Lightning. This is a degreaser as well, and cabinet doors tend to get a buildup of grime and grease, so you definitely need to clean. And then I'm rinsing off the cleaner with water. Next, I'm going to do a base coat of Bell's Drop Cloth Chalk Mineral Paint. This is a beautiful antiqued white. When I start a new project, if I'm not 100% sure of exactly how I want it to look, I always start off with a light colored base. I found these cute little baskets for, I think it was about 50 cents for the set at the thrift store, and I thought that they would be perfect planters on this cabinet door. So one of the first things that I need to do is to remove the little handles. I don't need those, so I'm going to use a combination of a pair of scissors to cut through the cane and also a craft knife. I always pick up baskets if I find them in good condition. They have so many uses and are really sweet pieces with plants in them. Now that I've worked out how I want the baskets to sit on the front of the door, I'm going to take out my IOD Trimmings 2 mould. I'm going to be using some cornstarch in my moulds, and then I'm using Jovi air dry clay. I'm rolling it into a long sausage sort of shape, and then I'm pressing the clay into the mould with my thumb. And then I'm running my thumb along the micro rim to get a nice clean edge. I'm going to be placing this trim on the inside part of the cabinet door there to create a sort of a framed look. So I'm going to work my way around, and I am going to have to cast quite a few of this trim. IOD's trimming molds are created so that the castings you make are interconnected. So I'm going to do my best to get some clean connections there, but I am probably going to have to do some trimming off of excess clay to make it all fit. Let me know in the comments if you have tried the Trimmings molds. Once I have all my castings ready and laid out, I'm going to go around and just make sure that I'm happy with the position that they're in, trimming any excess clay where necessary. Once I have all my castings in position, I'm going to take a strong wood glue, and I'm applying glue to the cabinet door and the back of the castings themselves, and making sure that I have really good contact to make sure that my molds will stay in place. I'm going to work around the cabinet door and glue down every piece until everything is in position. Adding trim to your sign projects or frames is a really easy way to add that interest and to really take your projects up to the next level. Once I have all my castings glued down, I'm using a wet wipe to clean up any excess glue. While my castings are still fresh, I'm going to carefully and gently add another layer of Bell's Drop Cloth Chalk Mineral Paint. I do this as I find that I get less cracking if I paint my castings while they are still wet. So I'm very carefully working my way around and being careful not to damage any of the details on the trim. While that's drying, I'm going to focus on these sweet little baskets. I don't really like the color that they are now, so I'm going to be using Dixie Belle's Tobacco Road Voodoo Gel Stain. This is a water-based stain. It's very easy to work with. I'm going to apply a thin coat to my baskets using my brush, and I'm just going to work my way around and work it into the cane. As I'm painting on the stain, I'm moving my brush in a circular motion. This is helping the bristles to get down into all of the details on the basket. Once I've got the outside painted, I'm going to move on to the inside, and I'm going to make sure that that's well coated as well. I'm repeating the same process on the other two baskets. So I picked this color because I thought that it contrasted nicely and gave quite a bit of warmth to the cabinet door that we've got in that lovely cream color, but you could definitely use a different color if this was not to your taste. Now I'm also going to come in and add the same stain to the bottom of the baskets too. To add a little bit more depth to the basket, I'm grabbing Dixie Belle's White Wash Glaze, and I'm just going to lightly brush it on the basket, and I'm then going to wipe a fair bit of it off. I don't want too much on my brush as I'm applying it. I don't want this to be a super thick application. I just want hints of a different tone on the basket, again, just to add a little bit of tonal contrast. These two colours together definitely give me French country vibes. What do you think? Let me know in the comments. So now I'm coming in with a wet wipe, and I'm going to wipe a lot of this back. I don't want a really harsh difference in colour. I do want it to be very subtle, so I'm going to wipe back a lot of this. While the baskets are drying, I'm going to give the cabinet door a coat of Dixie Belle's Gloss Clear Coat. When this is dry, it's going to allow us the freedom of layering colours. The first colour I'm going to add is the Tobacco Road Voodoo Gel Stain, and I'm going to apply it over the frame and also the trimming details that I've added, and then you can see I'm adding it and then I'm wiping it away. I want it to sit into those details, and this is just the first layer, so don't worry too much. This first layer is not going to look perfect. We are building a look here. We want it to look weathered and worn. Once this first layer is dry, I'm then coming in with Naturel Voodoo Gel Stain, and I'm repeating the same process. I'm laying it on and I'm wiping it off. However, with this layer, I'm being careful not to let it sink too far into the details. I still want to be able to see that Tobacco Road. When that layer was dry, I came in with drop cloth again, and now I'm kind of dry brushing. I don't have much paint on my brush at all, but again, I'm just adding to that layer, so we can still see the first layers that we added through, but it's just giving it that lovely aged appearance. And I'm also running the brush along the details on the trimming. Next, we're going to grab our baskets again, and I'm going to add a little bit of this ribbon that I got from Costco. It's one of my favorite styles, and I thought that the Hessian color went really nicely with the color scheme, and that the brown tied in with the Tobacco Road that we've added on the baskets and on the trim. So I'm very carefully measuring out how much ribbon I'm going to need, and I'm going to cut the length for each of the baskets. You could definitely go with a more patterned ribbon if you wanted. A buffalo check ribbon might look nice, but I thought that keeping it a little bit more plain was the best idea here. Now that I've got my ribbon cut to size, I'm going to start attaching it to the baskets using my hot glue gun. So I'm just adding little dots of glue around the edge of the basket, and then I'm going to add the ribbon, and I am going to try and keep it as even as I can as I'm going around the basket. I'll be repeating the same process for each of the baskets. As I'm gluing the ribbon down, especially where the two pieces meet, I'm just making sure that it's not too bulky because I don't want that to cause the little basket planters to sit too far out on the door. Next, I'm going to attach my baskets. I have some little screws that I am pushing through the cane and they're going through quite easily. This is going to hold them in place and be able to take the weight of a plant. I'm then screwing the little screw into the cabinet door. So then I'm just checking that I've got the spacing right. I'm adding another screw to the top basket and then I'm going to screw that into place as well. And then I will be doing the center basket as well. So you definitely want to use something strong like a screw. I don't think hot glue would be enough to take the weight of a plant. And of course, as I positioned these, I made sure that the ribbon join was at the back. And here's our finished French Country wall planter. I'm really happy with how this turned out. Let me know what you think of today's project in the comments and please hit that like button if you liked it. If you're not already, I would love it if you could hit that subscribe button and the notification bell so that you don't miss out on any of our DIYs. If you like DIYs, make sure you check out our other thrift flip playlists. You can find all the products used on today's video on our website, theprovincialfarmhouse.com.au. Thanks for watching.